If you guys watched WrestleMania Night 1 predictions videos, we appreciate you. And now we're back with night number 2. We're going to go on ahead and get into it. We ain't going to wait too long. Let's go on ahead and get into the first card, ladies and gentlemen. Here on my end, we got the pre-show match between Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, which is the Pride, and the Final Testament. Let's go on ahead and talk about it. Mr. Kenny, let us know your thoughts on this match, sir.
So this was confirmed as a pre-show match?
Oh, no, I'm just playing.
Okay. I mean, it might be, though, to be honest. But, yeah, man. Honestly, if you want to build up some new guys, because, you kind of put the Street Profits out there, tried to let them thrive, and I don't think they lived up to it. So, hey, let's try to keep going up with Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain. Let's see what these guys got. Bobby Lashley, a loss is not going to hurt him. Anytime you need him at the top of the card, you can get him back up there. So I say if you like Karrion Kross, he needs to win this because ever since Vince McMahon left, I think it hurt him, and he needs to get his fire back. So maybe this is what he needs. We'll see.
Fair enough. Kiro, let us know.
I don't know if it was Vince McMahon leaving because he originally gave him that gimp gimmick, you know what I mean? The crazy one with the mask. The gladiator it was supposed to be, I guess.
Yeah, Vince killed him.
Yeah. But Triple H might have killed Bobby Lashley because if you look at the picture you're seeing right now, I mean, look at Bobby Lashley's facial expression. He's not mad. He just seems like he's bored. He's like, I just want to get over with this match. And I really do agree with your point that, hey, man, like the Street Profits are not going anywhere. And Bobby Lashley, if he loses this match, you can just bring him to the main event. Doesn't really matter. He looks like $1 million. And you can pretty much put him anywhere on the card and he'll work. And even still, I just don't think Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain, they've just not been working either. Especially Karrion Kross. Like anything that touches him, I feel like it just goes into a black hole, a void, and they can never come back. So I'm just thinking they're gonna put Bobby Lashley over simply because he's the biggest star in the match, and simply because he's there. I'm not even looking for any logical reasons. That's why I think Bobby Lashley is gonna win, and that's pretty much it. We're just gonna carry on with all of these guys, and let me tell you real quick, the progress of all of these guys, I'm just not happy with. Like they're all disappointing. I wanted more out of the Street Profits, but they're back to what they were doing exactly now, and they're not even serious. So that's my match shot now. Brian.
All right, y'all. So personally, with this one, I'm gonna have to go with the Pride, the Street Profits, whatever their name is. I gotta go with them, man. I just don't see this whole thing working out. Wherever Karrion Kross is at, it turns to bronze. You know how everybody says it turns to gold? Wherever Karrion Kross is at,
absolutely.
It turns to bronze. I don't know what it is with Karrion Kross, bro, but it's honestly trash, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not a fan of Karrion Kross. He can wrestle, but like this gimmick, man, like I don't know, bro. It's just something about him. I don't know, bro. He may be better off in AEW, but the Pride, I think that they're not working out either. If I'm being honest, it's just not clicking. When they were with the suits and doing all these big nets or however you call that word, you know what I'm saying? But,
yeah.
They went ahead and they looked good. I thought, all right, this is gonna be fire for the Profits, everything. I think they would have been better off if they were heels, but obviously that didn't work out neither. So, just a tough situation, man. They could have kept this match off the card, but they had Bobby off the card last year. Bobby was like, "Yeah, I ain't doing this to me again, dog." So we here this year, bro. So yeah, man. So I don't know. I gotta go with the Pride with this one, but we're gonna go on ahead and get into the next card, ladies and gentlemen. LA Knight and AJ Styles. Yeah. Let's go on ahead and get into it. Kiro, let us know, man.
Right. This feud, I thought it had nothing. It was cold as a turkey in the beginning. But they did, do a couple of decent segments to get me excited for this match. And plus, look, I said, and I say this many times, AJ Styles has not had a good match in 5 years or something like that, ever since 2017. I mean, you look at his match with Edge at WrestleMania. You were expecting that to be at least relatively good, but it was just underwhelming. It was, to be honest with you, boring. And we know for a fact that AJ can wrestle. We know for a fact that Edge can wrestle. I mean, we just saw him kill it in AEW. So, I don't know what's going on with AJ's booking. I guess, like, I see him as the same version or the bigger version of the OC. The OC is there just to take money, just to spend time with their family, and that's completely fine. That's their life. They can do whatever they want. And AJ seems like the exact same thing but obviously it's a little less obvious with him. He's trying a bit more, and gotta give kudos to him for really transforming his body, and he looks like more buff than he ever did perhaps in his entire career. And so maybe he will take this match seriously, and we'll see some fun, stuff, because this is gonna be an important match to put LA Knight, which is my prediction. He's gonna win the video, not the video, but the match, because he needs that Money in the Bank, right? And while he's going to that Money in the Bank, he needs to look strong. And AJ winning or losing really doesn't do too much for him at this point. He's established. We kind of know his position in the card. LA Knight, though, after losing to Roman Reigns, he needs to get every single victory that he can possibly get. It's like oxygen for him, this match, winning this match especially. So I think LA Knight is winning this. Pretty, I think, mediocre, but fun enough match. But this is something definitely like, this could have been in any other pay-per-view. It doesn't have to be in WrestleMania. But yeah, LA Knight is taking it.
Yeah. I gotta agree with you. I think LA Knight is taking this one too. It don't make no sense for AJ Styles to go on ahead and win this one, in my opinion. LA Knight is clearly still has a little bit, just, he's still hot. I think you gotta keep that going, especially if you plan on potentially making him Mr. Money in the Bank. Whatever you plan on doing with LA Knight. I wish that it was against Logan Paul and they was going to put the U.S. title on him, because I think his time has been overdue. But yeah, man, those are just my 2 cents. But Kenny, go on ahead and let us know what are your thoughts.
AJ Styles hasn't had a good match in 5 years. It's crazy. I'm an AJ Styles guy. Now, I know LA Knight, he's probably the guy who needs to win more than AJ Styles, but I like AJ Styles. And like Kato said, the feud did start off really cold, but I'm a guy who likes it when these wrestlers go to each other's houses. So when LA Knight went to AJ Styles' house, I was in. And, this is actually another one of the matches that I am really excited to see. AJ Styles, you know what? I think even if he goes out there and has a bad match, it's still a good match, so I always enjoy it. LA Knight probably does need to win here, but I'm going AJ Styles.
Wow, okay.
AJ, man.
I'm going with the heart, and I'm going AJ Styles. I'm going to stick with it.
I can see it. But the next card, this is a tough one. But Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens for the U.S. title. Let's talk about it. Kenny, what are your thoughts on this match?
So Kevin Owens is going to take the pin. No matter who loses the match, Kevin Owens is taking the pin. I'm not seeing him getting the win at all. But I think, Logan Paul actually wins this one. So Randy Orton's in there. He's going to make everybody look good. He's going to make Logan Paul look really good. But you don't pin Randy Orton, especially with the Logan Paul, unless you want to build him up and shoot him to the moon. I think the obvious answer here is to pin Kevin Owens. This is going to be WrestleMania. Logan Paul's going to have his drink in the center of the ring. So obviously they're very high on him. And that, hate it or love it, him having his title elevates it. So I think you keep it on him, have him take it back on his show after WrestleMania to talk about it. Everybody's in a good place. I'm going Logan Paul.
Fair enough. Me personally, I have to go with Logan Paul as well. Kevin Owens is going to take that pin. They're not going to have Randy take a pin. I don't think Randy has taken a pin since he came back. He's been probably one of their most protected stars, rightfully so. I mean, right now Randy is one of their biggest faces. So, yeah, I mean, I think this was a way to get Randy on the card but not take the pin. So I definitely see Kevin Owens taking the pin. Obviously, probably get cheated, but yeah, I think that's the way it goes. But Kiro.
I agree, man. I agree. Like the fact that Kevin Owens suddenly made it into the match, it just made it even more obvious. Like if it was Logan versus Randy, I would have had a tougher time predicting it. But it feels like WWE also were thinking, like, okay, what do we do with them one-on-one? You know what? We can't find any way. So Kevin Owens get in there, take the pin. I think that's what happened. Because for a good while, it almost seemed like they completely forgot about the feud between Kevin Owens and Logan Paul. And then again, just in the last few weeks, suddenly we're back at it with the triple threat, which is fine. I think this match is going to be really fun. And I got to agree with you guys in the fact that, Logan Paul is just really good. He's better than 95% of the entire roster when it comes to understanding wrestling and getting in there and getting it done. In my humble opinion, most people think, doing a 630 is being a good wrestler, but you should learn from Logan Paul. It's a crazy thing to say, but I mean, come on. If more wrestlers wrestled like Logan Paul, had their priorities straight like Logan Paul did, and learned from the actual people with good advice, the wrestling would be thriving even more. So but yeah, that's my opinion, man. Though I don't like Logan Paul in real life because he literally admitted himself that like when he's drinking Prime, it's just water in there, and it's on his podcast. Like he doesn't even drink his own product. Like, come on now, like, at least don't admit it.
I don't know why he would admit that, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
Kids do that too. Kids who don't like it, it's cool to have the Prime bottle, so parents pour it out, put something else like apple juice in there, and go to school looking cool. But do y'all think we see Jake Paul? Because WWE's in bed with Netflix now. Jake Paul's having this fight with Mike Tyson on Netflix. Do they bring him in there to promote the fight?
Ryan?
I don't think they take him in to promote the fight. I think he'll have some sort of angle.
Yeah, maybe sitting at the crowd or something at least. Yeah. I agree, Kenny.
He punches somebody. He might punch Kevin Owens when the ref's not looking or something like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think he'll probably get involved here.
I think he'll be there for sure, though. So, the next card.
Ooh,
this is one that I'm actually kind of looking forward to, guys. You got Io Sky and Bayley. Let's talk about it. What is going through your heads, Kira? Let's start with you, sir.
My opinion is quite straight and simple about this. Bayley is just way better at everything when it comes to wrestling rather than Io Sky. Although I like her, the problem with Io Sky is that I love the fact that she got that title. She, we need new stars in every single division, men's and women's, but she has done nothing with it. She has been, I guess, like a afterthought in her own, group where I guess she's supposed to be the leader, but she's always on the side. I see the tag team championships more in the front, looking more confident than the actual main champion. So, like, I don't know whose fault this is. Maybe it's the way WWE booked her, or maybe it's her fault. Maybe it's a combination. But the fact is, she just doesn't cut it as a champion right now. So, for now, maybe in the future, get the title back on her. Try it one more time, but Bayley's got to take it. And I think Bayley is going to take it. Not only that, but I think she absolutely deserves it. 200%.
Agreed. Kenny, go ahead.
Yeah, Bayley's put in the work for a long time. I just hate the fact that Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble, and we see how they're kind of blasting his story all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been building up this damage control thing, but, I mean, we see Cody on SmackDown and Raw. You haven't seen Bayley do the same thing. Am I right on that, or?
I haven't seen Bayley on Raw.
I should say something. They basically did their, like, blow-off angle, or the biggest angle of the feud, the first week after Rumble, I think. So,
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Yeah, it just really hasn't. The build hasn't been good for her. I mean, they put Bianca Belair on the WrestleMania posters and not Bayley. So whatever it is, they don't really see the superstar in Bayley. But I mean, I think she's really good. I think she does take this. I was not satisfied with Io Sky's. Well, I am not satisfied with her championship run.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the language barrier though. So I won't necessarily say it's 100% her fault. Which I mean, I guess it is in her control to kind of get that together, but I think that's what really hurt her reign. So I think she will be losing that championship where unfortunately the other girls in Damage Control, they will still have their titles after Mania. So it's going to be interesting to see how they build that.
That is tough.
Okay. I think Io Sky keeps the title, and they have Bayley continue to climb that hill. I know we've talked about Io hasn't done nothing. Well, I think this is the perfect moment for her to do something and make this title reign mean somewhat something. Because I do agree it has been underwhelming. It's been just odd, her title reign. Because she seems like a real afterthought. Like, it's just like you kind of forget about her being champion. So I think this would be the perfect moment for her to kind of dead that and really make a moment with that title and everything like that. But obviously I think Bayley will take it off her eventually. But yeah, I mean those are my thoughts right now. I think Io wins the match.
Agreed. I agreed. Oh my god. Oh, you got me.
Hasn't had her WrestleMania moment, right? Like we see Becky, Charlotte.
No, you're right. Bayley never had that one big moment where she won something big and got the yes, I won. Childhood dream.
It would be time now if they're going to do that, because you don't know when you're going to get this Bayley match again at WrestleMania with this build and the Royal Rumble win. I mean, it would be. I would love to see Bayley as champion. I just kind of thinking like with my Booker thing in my head. So,
that makes sense. Like you said, if Io does lose and the other girls have their championships, I think Io's lost it from there because the other girls are now stronger than she is, and she's
it's going to be tough.
Like she has as a champion. So we'll see.
I did not think of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, How'd that happen? Ooh.
I'm about to say it's going crazy already.
But actually, we could keep that on there like this, bro. Let's go on ahead. Let's really talk about it, man. We got
Ooh.
these two main events. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins will be going at it the night before, and this is probably the most important WrestleMania of their career when we're talking about them main eventing both nights. So, what are your thoughts? Let's get into the Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre match first, of course. Kiro, go ahead.
Um, as per my prediction on the last video, I gotta say, Seth Rollins is going to lose this title. It just has to happen because he has done absolutely nothing with it. It's crazy that every time someone says it's been a year since he has this title, it doesn't seem real to me. It's like, what has he done in that year? Pretty much nothing. He made me sick of his theme song. People saying, "Oh," it's like, oh my goodness, it's like missionary position every single night, as a great man would say. And so he's got to lose it. And what better way? Like, what a better person to take it off of him besides Drew McIntyre. I get flustered, as you can see. I couldn't speak because when he's on my screen, man, he's just so good. He is just so good. Like, great speaker. He's always been extremely good in the ring. And we need new blood. We just need new blood for this title to be able to evolve, to become something better than it is right now. Drew McIntyre has to take this one. And that will give Seth Rollins a reason to turn on Cody Rhodes and initiate Plan B right there at the main event.
Yeah.
Okay. Kenny, go ahead.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. I think Seth Rollins is going to be involved in that main event somehow. I'm hoping he's involved in there in some way, which we'll talk about when we get to that one. But I think Drew McIntyre wins this one. I agree. He kind of fell off a cliff when he won the title the first time and then lost it. I just didn't see him ever getting that hot again where he could get this championship. But just here recently, I don't know what happened with his personality or whatever, or it was just something they weren't showcasing, but he's been killing it on the mic. He's been killing it behind the scenes on Twitter. Every time you see him, he's like actually very entertaining, and I think he is in that spot now, maybe even more than he was before, because he actually seems like a human this time, and not someone they're just pushing in that spot to become the champion. So I think this would be a bigger moment than it was the first time, because for one, people will be in the arena, but then just his character and everything, I think he just put the pieces together now, and he needs to walk away with this championship.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I think Drew McIntyre needs to walk away with the championship as well. I don't see a world with Drew McIntyre losing this match. I mean, that'd be tough, man, because it's like you built this guy up so much and he worked so hard to build himself up, because I got to give him a lot of credit for where he's at. It's not like it's just the machine behind him. He's doing things that's getting him over. So yeah, man, Drew has to win this match, bro. I don't know how it happens, but yeah, Drew has to win this match. But if Seth Rollins gets screwed by the bloodline and Cody Rhodes doesn't come out during this match to try and help him, that's where the issue hits for the main event. So we can go on ahead and talk about this main event. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, probably the second most anticipated main event in this, or match in this whole WrestleMania card, with obviously the tag team match being number one. Let's talk about it, y'all. Kenny, what are your thoughts with Roman Reigns and Cody? What's going to happen?
Interesting you say that the night one main event is the most interesting. And I think that's because of the build-up, The Rock and Cody Rhodes. It feels 100%. Like that should be the match night two.
Yeah.
But, Roman came out on Monday. He tried to do his best to kind of get his promo off, but I don't know.
Glistle.
And then he like got flustered and then looked at the ramp before the music played. I was like, oh boy, it's kind of bad. And that didn't do any favors for this match when The Rock was out there just shining, firing on all cylinders. So this match is going to be a mess. I think it's going to be crazy. I think it's going to be overbooked. And as long as they overbook it right, I don't care. Give it to me. They're teasing Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're teasing John Cena. I have no idea. I think this is just going to be mayhem. But at the end of the day, I'm just hoping Roman Reigns walks away with that title so I can see all of the Cody crybabies cry about it. Now, with Seth Rollins, I think there's a possibility he wins his match as well. I don't know how or what, but I just want to see that visual of Roman Reigns holding up his championship, Seth Rollins coming out, screwing Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins holding up his championship at the end. We got the Shield, we got The Rock standing next to them. Where do we go from here? Everybody's tuned into Monday Night Raw now. If Cody Rhodes wins, he finishes the story. Everybody's going to turn on him. Nobody's going to want to see Cody Rhodes anymore. So I think Cody Rhodes winning this match would actually be the worst thing for him. So I don't know where we go or how this thing goes, but I think somehow, some way, they got to find a way to get Roman Reigns leaving this match as the champion.
Okay. Kiro, let us know.
I agree with Kenny, man. Like, so close to beating Hulk Hogan's record, so close to making history. And he's been making history for so long now. And he's been reliable, right? Every single time he's in the main event, we complain about him not showing up too much. But I mean, he has leukemia. Right? Maybe he's getting treated. Maybe he wants to show up more when he can. And the thing is, like I said, he went up against Sami Zayn, and we watched that stuff. Like, and we enjoyed it. We ate it up. So when you have a champion like this, once in a lifetime, by the way, you're not gonna ever come to this position ever again. Why not use it to your best of your ability? Why fix something that's not broken? One of my friends said that earlier today, so and I agree with that sentiment, man. Like, keep it going. Cody can win the title. Don't worry about it. A lot of people said last year, if Cody loses, this is over. It's cooked. And look where we are now. Look where we are now. You know what I mean? It could be even better. It could be even worse. Like, obviously, I'll be fair here, but there's no saying it's not going to be even better than what we got right now. When, as far as the match goes, I do think it's going to be overbooked. And I've been watching every now and then some edited era matches, with a lot of them with Stone Cold, of course. And those are also very overbooked. And sometimes things don't even make sense, but like, you're so hyped and you're waiting for what's going to happen next so much that you don't care. And at the end of the day, you have a blast of a time and you love every single second of it. And with The Rock coming back, I mean, we just had so much shades or so many shades of edited era coming back as well in all of his segments. And I think that's going to bleed over to his match too. And it's got to command The Rock by the fact that when he got punched by Cody and took that bump, like, I loved it. I actually wanted to see that happen. He's a heel, and I want to see him get beat up. It's been a long time since I felt that about a heel, and The Rock has been able to do it. So I'm super excited about the tag team match. This match, though, I forgot. I got too carried away. See, this is the problem, man. The Rock is just too good. But Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Oh man, I just think the Tribal Chief is gonna take this one, and they're gonna continue the dynasty. Shout out to AEW, and they're gonna make history. And then Cody can finally go ahead and, give your little brother the controller. That's the little brother is Cody, basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So I do have to disagree. I think this Roman Reigns championship run has gotten to the point where it's getting stale. It's almost broken. Every single time this man has a match, Solo Sikoa comes out with the hoodie. Like, nobody knows who he is, and he unzips his hoodie. I'm tired. Personally, I don't want to see this anymore. This is trash. So, if we have Cody Rhodes win the match, listen, bro. I think Cody Rhodes is the guy who's going to beat Roman. Whether it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen eventually. Like, there is no other guy that's better suited to beat Roman Reigns at this very moment. I don't know, man, because it's like, if Roman Reigns wins this match, right, he potentially is not going to lose till 2026. That is 2 more years from now. And I'll tell you guys why. Because if he keeps this title, he's not going to lose it till he faces The Rock next year. He's not going to lose to The Rock. He's going to beat The Rock. And then we're going to go another year because at that point, the title reign is too legendary. It's even more legendary than it is now. So he has to lose it at a WrestleMania. And then we're going all the way to WrestleMania 42, where this man potentially could lose the title. And then we're going to be talking about, just keep it on him another 2 more years. Then he can beat Bruno Sammartino's record. Then where does that leave us at? So right now, I think this is the best opportunity to go on ahead, end this. I think this is endgame right now. This is Cody Rhodes assembling everything. And don't even let me get started on that documentary. I think that documentary, it's perfect timing. You're celebrating his career and his title reign. Why drop this documentary now before this? I don't know. Just my 2 cents. Because at the end of the day, it just seems like they were really just celebrating Roman Reigns' career title reign right before it was coming to an end. So I think the story finishes on Sunday. And I think that Cody Rhodes, will obviously have to pivot because a large part of his gimmick is the whole finish the story thing, is the championship thing. So we'll have to see how he pivots after this if he does win the title. But I do agree with you guys in terms of finishing the story. Cody's going to have to do something a little bit new if this story does come to an end on Sunday.
I think the story definitely comes to an end on Sunday. And the end of that story for Cody Rhodes is the fact that he does not get the championship. Because I think player one is not Cody Rhodes. Player one is Roman Reigns. Because we think about it, Roman Reigns is the final boss for Cody Rhodes, right? I guess you can look at who did Roman win the championship from originally?
Bray Wyatt. And then he beat Brock. He beat Brock to unify him.
Okay, Brock was a boss as well. I guess LA Knight in the title defense, he was a boss. You look at all of these guys Roman has already taken down. The Rock is calling himself the final boss. The final boss for Cody Rhodes is Roman Reigns.
No. Hold on.
The final boss. Go ahead.
The final boss, that's all related to Roman. He's calling himself the final boss for Roman Reigns. That is not for Cody, in my opinion. I don't think it's for Cody at all. It's all
there you go. There you go.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And in order for The Rock to be the final boss, Roman Reigns has to be the championship. Because if Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns, then Cody Rhodes was the final boss. You don't get to the final boss by losing by a mini boss.
I don't know, man. I have to disagree. I think Rock is calling himself the final boss because he feels ultimately higher than Roman Reigns, and he feels like he's the head of the table. Rock can't call himself the head of the table in kayfabe right now, obviously, because Roman calls himself that, and they trust each other. So I think The Rock came up with a different name to kind of take over in the end. I think, like I said, bro, I've never thought, even before Cody Rhodes came around for, with his to WWE, I never thought The Rock and Roman needed a title. I like the bloodline and everything that connects them. I think that's enough, at least for me. I don't think the title does anything for the match, in my opinion, because if there's a title in the match, it automatically gives it away that Roman is winning the match. Because
not
at all, bro. They're not gonna listen. They're not gonna have a part-timer that comes around once a year beat Roman Reigns.
I think didn't The Rock in the last let's say month or two appear more on Raw and SmackDown more than Roman Reigns?
Off and film a movie. So is that the guy you put the title on that's gonna go and film a movie after it's done?
He's a bad guy.
There's nothing y'all can tell me.
Like, I'm not coming to Raw. I'm out here doing my movie and stuff, and that's the heel Rock. That's the beauty of it.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't see The Rock beating Roman Reigns if the title is on him. I can see like a thing where they do like Rock, like how they did the John Cena and Rock thing, where Rock takes the first W, Roman Reigns comes up, gets built up, and Rock is still that heel for the 2 years, and Roman Reigns becomes like that, big face that they've been trying to turn him for like 8 years before the Tribal Chief gimmick came around.
I don't know, man. I think Roman Reigns is player one in this story. He's knocking down all of these bosses. Cody Rhodes is the final mini boss, and then Roman Reigns has to face the final boss. Because, I think The Rock said that. We've been telling this story with Roman Reigns for all of these years.
The
end of that story was me and Roman Reigns. So,
yeah, that's what he came in for originally. If Triple H wasn't there, it might have happened even. So
I think it would have happened. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just taking a detour right now.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm so anxious for Sunday. We got to get there already.
Come on, Roman.
So,
finish the story, my Tribal Chief.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Cody Rhodes gonna finish, bro. So this is the predictions, man. We gonna catch y'all after WrestleMania at this point. So y'all watching this before, so we'll see y'all then. I'll either not be here or I'll be here. Depends all on the result. No cryptic things on that, but take it how you want.
Yeah, like what's going on?
But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys kiss that ring, and we gonna catch y'all. Peace.